afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. Hope you're having a good one. Today we're just going to tie a simple little soft hackled nymph pattern, or you could use it like a wet fly soft hackle as well. Not too much to it, pretty simple. I'm using a Hanak H250 barbless hook in a size 14. Tie them bigger, smaller, whatever you need. And we're using some coq for the tail, or CDL. Just a little thread body and Peacock Herl, some 0.2mm copper wire, and then just a hen saddle feather for the soft hackle. Not difficult, a few steps to it, but hopefully this helps and hopefully you enjoy it. We'll crack into it. Cheers. Alright, start off with, we want to get that little base layer of thread. The thread I'm using for this is the Semperfli Nano silk in black, the 30 denier or 80 naught, which is not quite the finest one, but it's I think it's the second to finest, with the smallest being the 20 denier. But don't really need something that small for this size of fly. And again, you just want to get that base layer of thread there. I'm just going to move on to the tail from there once we get rid of our tag end. Right, for the tail we're using that CDL. You can see it's got some nice barring on it. It's a wonderful material. This is the Whiting's CDL, but there's a few others you can get. It's whatever you got. You could use pheasant tail if you wanted to. What we're going to do, just take a bunch, about 6 or 7, pull them away from the stem. But yeah, substitute what you have. And I like the CDL again for that barring on it. Lengthwise, I like to get it roughly about the same length as the shank of the hook, and then you're just going to get it secured in there on top of your hook shank, and just march your thread forward just to secure it in and get rid of the tag ends again. Like I said, substitute in what you have. If you don't have the CDL, there's synthetic fibres out there you could use, or pheasant tail, or yeah, whatever else takes your fancy. Next up, we'll move on to the ribbing and the body. Okay, for the body, we're using 0.2mm copper wire from Semperfli. It just gives it that impression of a bit of a rib, that segmentation on the body. And you just want to get that secured in. Just get it on the top but slightly over towards yourself, and just keep going back until you get to the rear of your fly, and we're just going to go back forward. We just want to build up just a little bit of a taper. Just get that buggy shape to it. Yeah, once you got that, you're just going to take the wire like you would any other pattern you're doing some ribbon on, and march it forward. Just nice, evenly segmented, sorry. When you get to there, just tie it off about 2 eye lengths back. Just get it nice and secured and nice and tight. You could use a thinner wire if you want. I just like that really defined segmentation. And we just get rid of that. You can helicopter if you want. If I just snip them, they're an older pair of scissors that are about done their dash. Cool. There you go. Next up, we've got the Peacock Herl. This one's actually dyed green. Peacock Herl already has a really green colour. This really makes it, I guess, pop. Might be the only word I can think of to use. Very vibrant green colour. You could use regular Peacock Herl if you wanted, or put in some eye stubbing or whatever other colour you feel like. Same with the rest of this. Don't feel like you have to go with the black body. I just like small dark flies here in Wellington. But just wrap that forward. It's only a small little bit. Wire as well, you could change that colour if you wanted. Just play with it and find what works for you. Then we will snip that off once it's all secured in and move on to the last step. What we've got to do now is put that hackle in. Alright, hackle. As you can see, it's got a little downward turn on the underside of it. What I do, because I only want to use half of the feather, otherwise I find it's too much. Just peel some away from the top side, then on the, as you can see there, then on the underside get rid of all that fluff. And then work out where it's even, get rid of the bottom side as well. So with the feather facing towards you with the stem in the left hand, the tip in the right, you want to get rid of that bottom bit. Then we will, you can see that, just pull out like that so you got your little tie-in point. Again, we're not using a lot of the fibres, we want to keep it nice and sparse. I mean, as with everything, if you see a need to have a very heavily hackled fly, go for it. If it works for you, there's nothing wrong with it. Get rid of your tag end or the tip end of the feather. Then, amongst all my mess on my desk, I'll get my hackle pliers. I just find it a bit easier. And take that, clip it in, and we're just going to wrap it back, just preen it out a bit as you can. And just go around a couple of times, just try to get them to not be too stuck together. I usually just do 2 wraps, seems to be enough. And take your tying thread. Sorry, just trying to work around the camera here. Just get that secured in. Take your snips. Get rid of the stem. Just push them back a bit, and then you can secure it all in. If you want, you can put some varnish or UV resin on the end just to secure those. If I'm tying up a whole bunch of them, usually I'll just give it a double finish. It's enough to hold it all together, at least until I lose it to a tree on my backcast. And just like that, all done. Alright, there you have it. One soft hackled nymph, or you could just call it a soft hackle if you wanted, but you can fish it. I generally fish it off the back of a heavier nymph, or you can swing it down and across just as you would a wet fly. But it's a handy little pattern. Again, it's using that Hanak H250 barbless hook, bit of copper wire, tailing material. I like the CDL. I forgot to say earlier, it's just a hen saddle feather. Just a soft hackle, whatever you can find to use for that. Bit of Peacock Herl or substitute in some dubbing, but it's a really handy fly. Great little nymph pattern, plenty of movement in it, but I hope it works well for you. Happy tying. Cheers.